guys, it's Dulce. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a gum paste orchid. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment sections down below telling me what you want to see next. Make sure to also hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button to be notified of when I post new videos. And share this video with all of your friends so they can join our cake decorating family. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The first thing I'm going to do is make a hook on 26 gauge wire using small flat pliers, and that's what it should look like. Then I'm taking some floral tape, make sure to stretch it to activate the glue, and I'm just going to start wrapping it at the end with the hook going all the way down the wire. Then I'm just taking a small piece of gum paste and shaping it into this kind of teardrop shape. Then I'm dipping the hooked end of the wire into egg white and inserting it into the gum paste. And lightly press around the gum paste to secure it to the wire. Then go ahead and take a small ball tool and make a small indentation in the gum paste. Now for this part, we're going to go ahead and roll out our gum paste on a group board. Then remove it from that side and place it on a flat surface and dust it with cornstarch. And I'm taking this cutter, which is the other part of the center of the orchid, and I'm going to cut out one of those shapes. Then I'm dipping 26 gauge wire into egg white. I'm inserting it about 1/3 of the way into the gum paste, and I'm taking a small ball tool and slightly stretching out the center and cupping the two little circle-ish pieces. Then I'm taking my small ball tool again and stretching out those two little pieces that I just cut with the embroidery scissors, and I'm going to take those two little pieces and curl them upwards using the end of a brush. Then I'm just going to place it on the small petal former so it'll dry curved up. For the first set of petals, we're just going to start off by rolling the gum paste on a groove board, then removing it and placing it on a flat surface and dusting it with cornstarch again. Then I'm taking these two petal cutters and cutting out one of each. Go ahead and take your 26 gauge wire and dip it into egg white and then insert it into the petal. So that's how far you should insert it. Then place it in a petal veiner and lightly press down. I'm going to place it on a foam board and use a big ball tool to just lightly thin out the edge of the petal. You don't want it to curl up or anything, it's just to thin the petal. After that, I'm just going to place it on a petal former. This is actually an apple tray that I'm using as a petal former, and it works perfectly well. For the second set of petals, I'm going to again roll out some gum paste on a group board, remove it, place it on a flat surface, and then I'm using this cutter to cut out the petals. So this one actually cuts out all 3 petals in one, but I decided to cut one by one because it was easier. Then I'm taking my 26 gauge wire, dipping it into egg white, and then inserting it into the petal. Then I'm going to vein it, place it on a foam board, and using a large ball tool again, thinning out the very edge of the petal and placing it on the same petal former as the first 2 petals. Here I'm going to go ahead and take 2 little balls of gum paste and kind of shape them into little ovals, and then I'm using some egg white to glue those to the gum paste. Once you let them dry overnight, we're going to go ahead and dust them. So these are all of the petal dust colors that I'm going to be using. For this part of the center, we're going to go ahead and mix a little bit of orange and yellow. It's going to be mostly yellow. The orange is just to give it a little bit of a darker tone. And that's what it should look like. So we're just dusting the very center, and then we're dusting the other part too. Then I'm going to go ahead and mix a little bit of yellow and that kiwi green color and dust some of the Gumpaste with it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you after I dust every piece, just so you can see where I'm dusting it. Then I'm taking the watermelon color and the reddish color, which is the autumn blaze color. Then I'm mixing a little bit of vodka into it to make it into paint, and I'm going to go ahead and dot some of it into the pieces that we dusted yellow, and making some small lines up those like half circle-ish pieces. There you can see what I'm talking about. After we dust these pieces, we're going to go ahead and assemble. We're not going to dust the petals just because they don't need to be dusted. So I'm taking my pliers, taking my flat pliers and bending back the center pieces and the petals. So the petals are going to get bent back the same way. I'm taking my floral tape, so make sure to stretch it to activate the glue again. And I'm going to tape those two pieces together first. And then I'm taking the first set of petals, which is those two petals that we cut out first. And the longest piece of the petal, you can see that one side is shorter and one side is longer. So the longest goes towards the front. Then I'm taking the second set of petals, which is those three little kind of oval shaped petals. And I'm putting one at the top and two at the bottom. Once I tape those on, I'm just going to go ahead and tape all the way down the wire just to secure all of the petals in place. After you finish taping all the way down the wire, you can just go ahead and move around the petals to arrange them. And that's what your finished orchid should look like.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!